So, cognitive dissonance, in my opinion, and from what I researched, is basically when your mind and your heart are saying two different things, or your mind and your heart might be saying the same thing, but for some reason your feet won't move. A lot of times when I think about cognitive dissonance, I think about that song where Usher said, I'm twisted because one side of me is telling me that I need to move on. On the other side, I want to break down and cry. That's exactly what cognitive dissonance is, because you know that the relationship ain't working. You know that it's time to move on. But for some reason, although you know this, it's almost like your feet give out on you when it's time to walk. You can't move. Or you're constantly thinking about, oh, well, what about the good times? Or if the things, especially if things are not going as bad as the thing that's making you want to leave at that present moment, then instead of you focusing on the facts and the overall view of the relationship, you spend your time focusing on, oh, well, they could be changing, or that's not them all the time, or they could have been going through something hard. You know dang on well that the overall view of the relationship is not good. It's not healthy. You know what toxic is like, and we get so stuck in worrying about the other person, because at the end of the day, when you're in a toxic relationship, especially if you are if it's a narcissistic relationship, it's hard for you to pinpoint the exact thing that makes the relationship bad. You can't always articulate it, like especially in an argument when everybody's trying to prove who's right and who's wrong. That person, that narcissistic person, can oftentimes kick your butt in a freaking argument because they remember their version of events. And a lot of times they're able to say those versions of events in such a manner, or make it to the point where you don't even believe your own reality anymore. Like, you know that this didn't happen like that, or you know, but for some reason your reality gets distorted. That's gaslighting. Your reality gets distorted. You start to believe all of these crazy things, and you get stuck in this cycle where you're wondering, maybe I'm the bad person, maybe I didn't see something some kind of way, but always in your heart, you always know this shit ain't right. So one of the ways that I would combat that, or I would just journal always the version of events, how they really happen, because you would not, and as a matter of fact, I would say you would be surprised, but you wouldn't be surprised if you've been through this, at how often something happens. You might feel wronged in a situation, but the way it's played back to you by that narcissistic person or any toxic person, the way it's played back to you is a total difference of event from a different viewpoint, and it don't even sound right, and you know it's not right, but try to argue that back. Try to argue that without having facts. And then at the end of the day, sometimes you don't even have to try to argue to be right. Just have it for yourself, just so you know that you're not going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all, you get caught up in this cycle and you'll never leave, and you don't even realize it, but you're slowly killing yourself. Your body is reacting to everything. That fight or flight, everything. You can't pick up the phone and say a normal thing to this person without worrying about them flipping out and all of that stuff. Your body is reacting to all of that. Don't ever get that twisted. So you got to think about whether you want to save yourself, or if you want to suffer to the point where you killing yourself to make somebody else comfortable. Because at the end of the day, you're not comfortable. If you're in a relationship like this, you're not comfortable. Most likely you're not being yourself. And another thing you're likely doing is sacrificing a lot of things. You sacrificing a lot of things and being told that you're not, and that you're selfish, and that you're doing everything wrong, but all you're doing is trying to help and trying to be, just don't get caught in that cycle, y'all. don't get caught in that cycle, because it can be deadly. I was just thinking about the cognitive dissonance. Let me know if y'all have any situations that y'all been in where y'all can relate, or because y'all, it's hard. It's really hard. Just go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know if you can relate. Yeah. All right. Y'all, peace out.